Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. Hello my friends and welcome to my announcement and sign up, I guess, kind of video for the first ever YouTube Craft-a-thon. It's probably not the first ever, but I just came up with this video randomly and I asked some friends if they were interested in helping me out, and so we've kind of scraped this together. So this is coming up kind of soon. I've been trying to pull the stuff together to put the announcement out, and now it's only like 2 weeks away, so it's time to get it out there. What this is going to be is really what it sounds like. We're going to craft together for the weekend. Also, of course, reading is totally allowed. I mean, obviously I'm within Romance Booktube or in the book community, so that is kind of the big crossover is book lovers and crafters, because I know a lot of us do it and some of us maybe want to try doing it, you know? And so I wanted to just do something where we could hang out and craft. So one thing that I've shared particularly a lot about with my patrons is that I have been looking for people in my area to do more stuff with. And my church actually has this kind of like, it's not monthly and it's not quarterly, it's a little more than that, where they do this crafters retreat. And we go to the church. It's all day on a Friday and most of the day on a Saturday, and we bring our crafts and we talk and we eat snacks and we work on whatever we're doing. And I love it so much. I really wanted to meet some elderly ladies who go to my church and who live in the area, and that's been a great way to do it. Another thing I love to do, I have done many times over the years, is when we have reading sprints or things like that, I'm usually crafting and listening to an audiobook. And I was like, you know what? It would be really fun to just make that official and do some crafting and reading if we want to, and just hang out. And so I put it out there first on my Instagram, and I was able to get a few friends to agree to host different parts of it. And then this is now too, I'm going to have this open at the end of this video. You'll be able to sign up to be a guest if you want to be on screen. Obviously, any of these times you'll be able to watch and join in just like you would for a reading sprint. But I wanted to open this up to some people who maybe you know aren't normally feel comfortable on the camera or whatever. You're more than welcome to, you know, cover your camera if you want to or whatever, but we're just going to be in our comfy jams or whatever you want to wear, and we're going to be crafting while we hang out, you know, and we'll mostly do lots of like sprints while we do this, but for some of it we might, like, you know, find other things to talk about while we do it. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. And so first let me tell you the dates for it and kind of how I envision it going, because it did work out that some of the ladies, like, we're going to have, like, one of the days we have a full 12 hours listed for this, right? Because I wanted it to be, I have it listed as a 48-hour craft-a-thon is what I'm kind of calling this. And my hope was to have some international people who were able to, so that we could have some that were like through the night. But either way, it ended up being really good, where we're going to have literally 12 hours on one day, over 12 hours on another day, and then like 6 hours on the last day, 5 hours on the last day. So there's going to be lots of time where we're bouncing through and doing this together. So the plan is for at 12 noon CST or CDT, whichever we're calling it, on Friday, the 12th of September. So CDT, that's just when I'm planning to start it. You can, of course, start crafting whenever you want, but at 12 noon Central Daylight Time on the 12th, I will have the first live going, and I'm going to kick it off. Now, I won't say the exact times for everything just yet, just in case. There's one of the people I think has to move their time around a little bit. But some of the hosts include Becky from Bex Reads. We have Jackie from The Reading Wordsmith. We have Serafina from Life Between the Pages. And we have Kyan from Kyan is Booked. I think that's everyone who volunteered to be a host. And then there are, like I said, on the first day, I will be taking the first slot. Currently, if no one has to move around, there are live shows basically going from noon to midnight CST that day. Okay. Like I said, I wish there had been some international people and we could have added those in. If you're watching this and you'd be willing to be a host, specifically for like night times anytime, let me know. We definitely have the daytimes covered, but if you are international and you would like to host this, you can still reach out to me. But currently, yeah, we have live shows going from noon to midnight on the 12th, then starting up again at 8 a.m. CST on Saturday, going until 10:30 p.m. CST that day. And then on the final day, they're starting at noon and going until 5 p.m. that day. So as you can see, we have lots of hours to be crafting. You can pop in whenever you want. Eventually, I will have all the live shows linked on my community page, or this spreadsheet will be available. Well, I think actually we'll make them all available on my community page, and you'll be able to jump in and be watching whenever we're doing it. Okay. So that's the plan. This isn't a thing that has like a bingo board or has a plan for anything. We're just going to be hanging out. And so I want to go through a few things that I do for craft, maybe because I've already had people asking, well, does this count? I'm like, literally anything you want to work on with your hands, or maybe it's on your computer, you have digital, whatever you want to do. This is really just a hangout to work on projects. You do productivity sprints. You can start working on Christmas presents. You can do whatever you want. Over the past, maybe 3 to 4 years is what we'd be at. I've picked up different crafts. I've tried different things. Some things I've liked, some things I've stopped doing, and I'm going to share some of those with you. And also I'm going to share a few creators and a few Etsy shops where I've gotten some of these. So maybe you want to try some of the stuff from them, and you can check that out there. But I'm going to show you a few of the different things I've done through the years. A lot of these are all on my bookshelves. Some of them I've made my own decorations for places, and a lot of these projects I've tried are ones I've put in book boxes that I've done for patrons since I've had my fun favorites like book box. So that's been something fun. There we go. Need to reach one of those. And they're all just different things that I've done while I have been listening to audiobooks or done whatever. So anyway, before I get into all the different options of things, again, feel free to check out the spreadsheet if you would like to sign up to be a guest. And you'll see on the spreadsheet, there is a spot where the time is listed. Again, all of it will be listed in Central Daylight Time. So you need to use a clock converter if you're in somewhere else. I'm in Central Daylight Time, so I write all the times in Central Daylight Time. That is where I am. I just find that's the easiest, and I don't have to transpose from everyone else's. Just use the universal clock and find out when that is for you. But you'll see the time, and you'll see who the host is. And then you'll see a spot where the StreamYard link will be, where the YouTube link will be, and then you can see there's a spot for up to 5 guests to join each one. Now again, that's just if you're willing to be on camera. If you don't want to be on the camera, that means you're just hanging out with us. You'll be able to just go to YouTube and look up the host, and their live stream will be going at the time. Because I will post the official schedule in other places once it's done. So you won't have to save the spreadsheet. If you don't want to be live with anyone, like, you don't even have to look at the spreadsheet. Just look out for the official schedule when it goes live. Again, if you would like to possibly be a host, and you could be a host through the nighttime hours for anything, and by that I mean like if you're in other parts of the world, and so 2 a.m. here is actually 9 a.m. for you or something, feel free to email me or reach out to me on Instagram. We definitely still have room for you, for sure. But yeah, also if you want to join with any of us, there's room for up to 5 people to be on each one. So that will be listed down below, and I hope you will join us. And again, before I get into what the crafts are, you don't have to be doing a craft. You can just come to read like it's reading sprints for something. Maybe you want to work on your journal. Maybe you are organizing or doing some fall cleaning, like whatever. Just coming out, bring your audiobook, bring a book to read. There will just be sprints where we're hanging out the whole time. Like, I'm just excited to do it, okay? So now where to start with my crafts to show off. Let's start with some of the simple ones. One of them too, somebody asked, can they do a puzzle while they're doing it? Heck yes, this was one I just did. I love me some puzzles. That's a great one to do. One of my crafts I'm most proud of that I've done in the past couple of years is when I've been really into book nooks. So these are some that I first got one as a gift, and now I have done, I think, 5. Have I done 5 book nooks now? Maybe 4 of them. But I love these. This is a fun craft to do. See, this one lights up. It's a little like, these are so cool. This one here, it says, the only person who should surpass the person you were yesterday. Grimm's Small Buildings. So anyway, I love these. These are a fun thing to work on. This one I particularly liked because it didn't involve a lot of gluing. It had a lot of like the joints that pop in together. Definitely something to look for. Advice if you ever want to do one of these. The very first book nook I did took me a month because I got so frustrated I wanted to cry because everything had to glue together. Like everything. It didn't have anything that was intuitive where it snapped together at all. So this is what I would consider a starter one, is ones that snap together. And again, I'll have links to a lot of these different crafts that you can check out if you want to buy one. But that one was like the easiest one. It literally, I did it in one sitting. It only took like 2 hours. Whereas a lot of the other ones, even ones that had some pieces that snap together, there are other ones where you have to like build every little piece, and it's really fun. So that's a craft. Some other things that you build. Oh no! And then this just comes off while I'm trying to show it off. Are you kidding me? Let me pop her back on there. There are fun little Lego like here's Lego flowers. I love doing these kits. These are so fun. This one was super tiny. Okay, it was very tiny. One thing that I've done a lot of these, I plan to do one of these during the Craft-a-thon, is I love these wooden flower puzzles. I've made 3 of these so far, and actually just bought another one to do. These are only like 10 bucks. They're called the Rowood Handcrafts. This is a purple moth orchid that I'm going to do next. But this one was a wild roses that I did. And yeah, they're just these like little puzzles that all snap together. No glue is used at all. And then you put it in a little stand here. So this is one that I love to show off. I did this one actually at the last craft weekend that I did with my church. And the ladies like were obsessed with it. They love it. Because that's one of the things they'll do too, is they'll show up and like show off. So yeah, this one I just got when I went shopping with my mom. And I wanted to buy another one of these to do. So I'm going to eventually do all of those ones. Also, something fun to make is maybe you want to make some bracelets. There's the fun like beads here. I've been making these for any like trips we went on. This summer I made bracelets. I also have some of the like letter beads or whatever. I know people make a ton of these for the like signings and stuff, but obviously I don't go to those. But I made some of these. I made these for also for the last book boxes that I did too. I made bracelets for everybody, friendship bracelets for everybody. But like when we went on our trip to South Dakota, I made bracelets with everybody's name on them and everything. So yeah, those are a super fun craft to do. Then one of my things that I did, well, I'm actually still working on one because I did bite off a bit more than I can chew. So that's one of the things too that I love to do. As I'm explaining, I love buying these craft kits because number one, like they're a really easy way to try out a craft to see if you like it before you go hog wild and buy all of the products to make it yourself. You know, like there are people who design this type of stuff on their own, you know, and they buy full scale things. Like there are people who make these type of things just using scraps around their house and build it. That would not work for me. I need a lane to do it. And one thing, I wanted some new art in my house, specifically in my bathroom, because I've had the same art up there for 10 years and I just wanted to brighten it up in there. And at Target, they have this brand, which I'm sure you guys know about. It's called Mondo Llama, and they have craft kits for literally every age. They have them for 3-year-olds all the way up to adults. They have things that you crochet. They have macrame. They have tile, what's it called? I forgot what it's called, where you use cement and the tiles to make stuff. They have flower pots you can make. They have paintings and drawings and like they just have all these different crafts you can make. And I love that. Like I said, I love craft kits. And so one of the kits they had was for paint by number. And a lot of the paint by numbers are actually kind of funny looking, like the pictures you can make. But they had this one that was a set of these sun and moons. And the way that these actually came with Mondo Llama is that the gold was already here. I didn't paint that. The gold of the moon and the mountains and stuff. But then it had just the lines to fill in there. So these actually sit in my bathroom now over my toilet. Like I have them off-centered like this. And I did these from Mondo Llama and they're so cute. I'm obsessed with them. And those didn't take me too long at all, and the paint by number was super easy. But then, this is the one that I bit off a bit more than I can chew. I wanted another piece, so those ones go above my toilet. I wanted another piece on another wall in my bathroom that was kind of in the same color scheme. And so I bought this one from Mondo Llama. So this is what the kit looked like for this one. And this one is to do this palm tree. And I gotta say, I got a bit stuck with this one. Maybe I'll take it out. No, I won't take it out. I'm almost like done with it, but also there's a lot of really little things and I'm just not that talented. Okay, that's why I want craft kits. I don't want to try to figure out how to paint a thing. But it did come with like the canvas and everything in there. So someday, maybe even during the craft-a-thon, we'll see, I'll finish this one up. But it had fully like dried what I'd done so far, so I rolled it back up because I wanted to do another puzzle and this was taking up my space on my table. But this was a craft kit from there. This was only $17. And that was the other thing too, like both the cute paintings that I put up on my toilet, like it was $17 for the kit. And you get obviously the wooden frames, all of the paint to do it, the paintbrushes. And like if I had bought an art piece, it probably would have cost me that much. And in this way, I like made it myself, which is cute. Okay, what are some other small ones before I get to the big one here? I think those are most of the small things. So the other two crafts that I do the most is currently right now, I'm really into making some amigurumi. I'm so bad at saying it. And I found this book that had sea creatures. And this author, Sarah Abondio, she actually has a whole set of these books. She has ones where you can make birds. She has ones where you can make like little stuffed animals. Oh, so there's mini birds and mini animals she also has succulent ones here. So this one has 26 different ocean creatures. And I don't think actually this one I'm about to show you wasn't one of her designs, but I've been making these and I've been obsessed because what was cool, I don't know if you know this, but the Dollar Tree has yarn. And currently that yarn is still only $1.25, though stuff goes up all the time. And you can get enough to make like 2 animals out of, one skein of yarn. And they have most of these basic colors there. They don't have all of them, so you can change them up sometimes. But it's really cool if you want, because you don't have to buy a book to do this. You can look up on Pinterest to look up the patterns, right? But this I ended up buying so that I could like write in the book and like have it in front of me and not have to have my computer open all the time. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to disconnect while I'm working on a craft, So anyway, yeah, this book. And anyway, here's one that I made. Look at this little whale. And look at her little blue eye and then a little blush that I put on her. There's a little tail. So this was a whale that I made. And I'm just having a lot of fun doing these. They're so satisfying to put together. The only struggle I have with them, honestly, is that my hands cramp so bad when I do those. Like, I'm so out of practice with crocheting. And when you do those, you do have to keep the tension like really tight. And so my wrists and hands get sore. But yeah, I also had bought, and I haven't done anything in here yet, but I bought a Stitch Bible just in case I want to work on some stuff that's not amigurumi. And it has just... I like its step-by-step instructions, but it has all these different stitches that you can learn to do. And I just bought this at Barnes & Noble, but they're so cool. All these different stitches, and the way that they explain how to do them is really why I bought this book. The way that they show every little step of how to do it. I'm a big fan. So I got that. Now, the final craft I want to share is the one that I've talked about like the most. I'm obsessed with it. And this one, I actually discovered that all of these patterns were available on Etsy. So I will have a link to Etsy down there. It's cool too because Etsy is actually a store that you can link to through YouTube shopping. So I will have links to that. But the specific creator that I love, his name is Max Pigeon. And he's done a lot of these. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about my cross stitching. Yes. Cross stitching is my favorite craft that I've picked up. It's also the one that I don't have a lot of time to do right now. And I'm really looking forward to finishing up a couple of designs in the Craft-a-thon. But there's a book that I shared a while back that is called Cross Stitch in the Forest, and this is by Max Pigeon. And in this book, he has 25 different projects, and I have made 5 of them so far. And I just think his book is really well explained. I love it. Like, I have tabbed it up and like marked it up like so much. And he has both a, like, I think it's a Shopify, and he has an Etsy, and he will often have his patterns on sale. And there's just something about, like, you know, it's not created with AI. He has an example of every project that he's made. There are other cross-stitch books that I've bought that it's clear they just took a picture and put the stitches on top of it, and it just isn't well thought out. I also really love how he uses negative space in his art. So there's some things on like black backgrounds and blue backgrounds for things. So I just love his stuff. And again, I'll link his Etsy down below and everything. Let me find, where's the one that I've done to show you. But I've literally done 5 of them so far, and I'm working on one of the ones from his Etsy because I ended up getting a Etsy gift card, and I literally used it to buy patterns and to buy a few new things. Oh, that's what I was going to show you guys. Hold on. Let me grab this. I also then, once you get into projects, it then makes you want to buy all of the little accoutrements that come with, and I'm a sucker for that. And so I ended up looking at this one shop, and they had these adorable thread holders. So when you do a project like this, right, like you get what your thread colors are and everything, and you can just grab those bobbins out of your box, or you can measure out your thread and put it in these little keepers. So this is a like etched one that had like little books on it. And I have another one that's actually themed after ACOTAR that I'm obsessed. So I'll link that shop here too. But yeah, this is one of my little thread holders that I just bought. It's so cute. But here's, which direction is it? Is it this way? Here's one, and this is the one that I did. So that's that one. Another one that I just finished, and I'm obsessed with it, is, where are you? Little fox, little fox. Here we go. There's this one, and it is this one. So those are the ones I did. So love it. I love it too because like this actually isn't that many stitches, right? So like that looks huge, but a lot of it is negative space. And so, you know, this one is a smaller one. Like this did take a lot. There's a lot of stitching here, but it's still pretty small compared to some. So like this fox, I love it. I'm building a wall of all of his designs actually, and they're so pretty. And then just to show not only his stuff, because yeah, you can buy this book, you can buy the patterns a la carte if you don't want to commit to all of it. He has this series that is of different locations. He has a lot that are Canadian styled. There's one I want to work on soon that is a bison in the outline. So like it's on black fabric or black Aida cloth, and the bison is like the relief color. But one other one that I had bought this pattern from someone on Etsy a long time ago, it was one of the first projects I completed, was this Gryffindor lion. This was my little lion right here, and I love this piece. I have it on my bookshelf all the time. So this was from another pattern I got on Etsy. really like that one. And then here's a book that I think is a good place to start if you want to start with smaller projects. I also think they did a good job with this one. This one has 130 like small designs, and it has stuff like literally an outline of a wolf. This is one color done on the whole thing. A little dragon. I've actually made a bunch of these ones for patrons. There was one month that I did do a bunch of cross stitches. Where's some other cute ones? There's like a dragon, a little dinosaur. So yeah, if I find it, I'll link this box too. This book too. This is a whimsical cross stitch. So, okay, that is enough. This video wasn't supposed to be too long, but I wanted to show off some of the different crafts that I've tried because, you know, sometimes when you're like, oh yeah, I want to craft, but what do I want to do? Or I haven't tried one. There, of course, will be people that are diamond painting. There's people who are going to be knitting. There's people who are going to do puzzles, like I said. There will be people who do scrapbooking or journaling. Like, you can literally do anything or nothing at all. Just come hang out and read. So yeah, I'll have links to a lot of this stuff. I will put a link to the spreadsheet. If you would like a hosting place, please email me. Don't just add that into the spreadsheet because I am the only one who's adding who the hosts are and everything. But you are welcome to sign up to be a guest. And then, yeah, we will get this going. I think it's going to be so fun. So come join us for some, come all, and we'll see you there with our projects and everything. Bye.